Hello and welcome to this special report at XM.com. I'm Maria Pachordes, and joining me is investment analyst Christina Parthenidou. We'll be discussing how Biden might approach the ongoing U.S.-China trade war and the potential reaction in the markets. So, Christina, during Trump's presidency, tensions with China were quite intense. Although Biden may bring the calm after the storm, is he likely to completely abandon America First nationalism?
Hi, Maria. The US and China always had competition between them, even before Trump. And this is reasonable because they are the biggest traders in the world. So they're trying to steal some leadership. But Trump's presidency had led their relations to the lowest point after more than a half a century. And it's not only about trade war, but tensions have also expanded to Hong Kong's independence, to South China Sea and the tech industry. And at the same time, those conflicts have also worsened trade relations with other economies such as Eurozone and Canada. So all this protectionism from the US has put its connections with the international world at risk. And I don't think that Biden would like to further push the US to isolation. Instead, as you said, he might bring some calm, but by using less aggressive words against China and show more willingness to restore healthy relations with Beijing. Now, this doesn't mean that he would be soft to China. He's not a stranger to the Chinese leader who once called him an old friend. And both have met several times and had long meetings during the Obama times, which suggests that they know each other very well and know each other. They know what strategy each of them can use. But Biden has shown a different stance over China during his campaign and appeared ready to make it follow the rules. He has even criticized Trump that he is not tough enough with China previously. So probably he will not abandon America First nationalism, which Trump started. Instead, he could continue to pressure China, though with a different communication channel and perhaps a more predictable than President Trump's. Besides, the world is different now than it was back during the Obama times when China was growing and tensions between Washington and Beijing were contained. These days, more countries are cautious about China's political strategy, and the Made in China 2025 plan Beijing has already introduced is a threat to the U.S. tech sector. So Biden will probably keep protecting American businesses, and that could consequently help him get more votes from Republicans and pass some laws if Congress remains divided.
So do you think Biden might continue imposing tariffs on Chinese imports, or will he adopt a different approach?
He hasn't totally excluded tariffs during his campaign, although he previously said that this is not the right way to punish China, but probably tariffs will not be his first choice if tensions with Beijing escalate. He might instead try to build trust with other key economies and establish an international coalition with which China won't be able to ignore. And this is something he could easily achieve if he rejoins the World Health Organization, the Paris Climate Agreement, and repairs his NATO counterparts, which Trump has damaged. So, in other words, he might call an international response against China instead of tariffs.
Okay, so given all this, what reaction can we expect to see in the markets?
Of course, China will not be Biden's priority, at least in the short run. The U.S. is facing a third wave of infections, and there is no stimulus from the government because the Congress remains divided. So, managing the pandemic will be Biden's first task as president. He will also try to establish a suitable infrastructure for vaccine distribution as we get more positive news about vaccines day by day. He will also push for a better healthcare system, which Trump couldn't accomplish, and finance those in need during the crisis. If, of course, Trump finally officially admits his defeat. So issues with China, the trade war, will likely take the backseat for now, and it won't cause much reaction to the markets in 2021. However, once the pandemic is over, the focus will turn back to the problems we left behind, and the trade war with China is one of them. But I think Biden's policy will be more predictable and his language more generous than Trump's. So sharp movements in markets could be avoided, and if he manages to push negotiations to the right direction, satisfying other key partners too, such as the Eurozone, I think that riskier assets such as the Australian and New Zealand dollars could see more recovery, and safe havens like gold and the US dollar more downside.
Christina, thanks so much. And thanks for joining us at XM.com.